So when I first started my self-improvement journey, I was reading this book right here. The book How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I remember this day vividly. When I first started out, I couldn't read the first sentence of the introduction, like the very, very beginning part of the book. Where he like explains what the book is about and how the book got published and things like that. I couldn't read the first page. I literally remember I was reading that single sentence, my brain just wandered into thoughts, and I just closed the book. I wasn't able to read. And now I can happily say that I've read all these books, and even more than these books, and I can easily read a book a week because of a certain method I will tell you at the end of this video. But I just first want to explain why we can't read, because not only did I have this problem and it was very severe, but honestly millions and millions of young men around the world have the same problem, and you probably have the same problem as well. And the reason we can't read is and it's very simple. It's because our attention span is fucked. Our attention span is fucked, basically. Basically, your attention span is how long you focus. How long can you focus on a certain thing? Our attention span is worse than a goldfish in this current generation, and I will explain why this is in an example. Alright, so let's think back with me right now, bro. Think back like 100 years ago, right? 100 years ago in like the 1925, right? Like the 1925s. People would always like talk to each other, and people always talk to each other, and they would always like read books, right? Everyone would be like reading books and talking to each other, and there was no phones at all, and no video games destroying your attention span, right? And everyone was just present. Everyone was talking to each other. There was nothing like so stimulating like video games and porn and phones. Like everyone was just talking to each other and present. And people would just read for fun. Like, kids, this is gonna sound so ridiculous, but it's true. Video games for kids 100 years ago were books. Like, what was fun for kids? What kids loved to do 100 years ago was read books. Read comics and magazines. That was what was fun for kids. Does that not blow your mind, bro? So that's in 1925. But if we think today, everyone is isolated. Like in 2025, everyone's in their like little house, right? Everyone is isolated. And there's like phones and video games and porn. There's so much stimulating stuff, and we're not talking to each other. We're always in this bubble. Everyone's in this like bubble, and we just can't focus at all. Like you think about it, everyone right now has a phone in his hand. No one likes reading right now. No one loves to read these books. Everyone's on their phone, watching videos and procrastinating, and just coping from the real world. So that's the difference between 100 years ago and now. And I hope you kind of got like an idea of why we can't read. It's because, first of all, we're isolated. We were not talking to each other at all, which ruined our attention span, by the way, because our everything improves with relationships. Your happiness, your focus, your presence, everything improves. And the second thing is these stupid, stimulating, evil devices, video games, porn, your phone, etc. Right? But if you think about it, and this is why the people who are very successful are the ones who read. The people who are very successful, 85% of very successful people read books. Read at least 30 minutes a day. That's a proven fact, by the way. That's a proven statistic you could look up. But 85% of successful people read at least 30 minutes a day. Why? Because it gives them a massive competitive advantage. Business is all about gaining that competitive edge. And reading gives them a massive advantage over everyone else. Your competition, bro, are people who have an attention span that is worse than a goldfish. Worse than a goldfish. That's how bad their attention span is. So if you could just increase your attention span, read just a little bit more. Just increase your attention span just a little bit more. You will destroy all these pussies, man. So here's what you do. Here is how you go from not being able to read at all to reading 50, 100 pages a day. Very, very easily. So let's say this right here is, the week. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. What you do is you pick one day. So let's say it's Friday, and you start with just 1 page a day. I know it sounds like it won't do anything, but you just start with 1 page every single day. Just 1 page. Just read 1 page. Even if you didn't understand anything and you didn't get anything, just read 1 page. Read 1 page. Simple as that. So you read 1 page on Saturday, 1 page on Sunday, 1. And you reach Friday, but you don't read 1. You increase that 1 page and make it 2. And now you restart basically. So you read, instead of 1 page, you read 2. You read 2. You read 2. And then you come back to Friday, you make it 3. And then you repeat 3 pages, 3 pages, 3 pages, 3 pages. Now that might seem like it won't work and it won't make anything and it doesn't make any sense, but if you did this consistently and you were actually consistent and did this, you will be reading in a whole year 52 pages every single day. 52 pages. Imagine that, man. 52 pages. That's 400 pages a week, roughly. 400 pages a day, a week. You could finish a book like The Laws of Human Nature, which is a massive book. This book right here. You could finish this entire book in a week. This massive book right here. And if you do that, you join the people at the top. You join the very, very successful people at the top. The 85% of successful people read at least 30 minutes a day. And I'm gonna be honest, I would say probably all successful people read. Because the 15% of the successful people are probably guys who just earned it, like inherited their wealth basically. He just inherited it. But all successful people read. And if you want to be successful, you need to read. And it starts with reading 1 page a day. You know, I always say this example. It's like a beginner going into the gym trying to bench 100 kilos. Like it's impossible. It's biologically, physiologically impossible. He won't be able to do it. Like a beginner, someone who hasn't lifted a weight in his entire life, trying to bench 100 kilos will not be able to do it. But if he starts with benching the light 20 kg bar and slowly increases, in a year he will easily reach that 100 kilos and he will build a lot of muscle from it. And he will even go past that. It's the same thing, bro. If you keep saying, you know, I'll start with reading 50 pages a day, it's like saying I will bench 100 kilos, you know, right away. Like it just doesn't make sense. You're supposed to start with the lightest amount possible and you increase from there. That way your mind and your body can adapt to the habit. And you think that won't do much, bro? At the end of the year you will be reading 52 pages a day. And your competition will not be reading at all. Because all the other guys are trying to read 50 pages at once, but fail to read just 1 page. And you are reading 52 pages very easily. It will take time, let it take time. Worthwhile things take time. And the more worth doing it is, the more time it takes. But this will give you a massive competitive advantage. And of course you get all the benefits from reading as well. And as always, we're in this together and we're gonna make it. I promise you, we're gonna make it together. Peace, take care.